Hey guys, alright, Azure Ravenheart here. We're getting ready to record round 1 of the Grid Draft tournament against NecroMage. And I've decided I'm going to open up with what I've got as a bit of a buff burn team for the first game of the match, kind of an aggro burn strategy. I've got 3 other teams in the back. I am recording this before recording the team breakdown video this week, at least. Future weeks, ideally, I'll be having that video recorded before the live matches are, and then the live commentary will be at least a little bit more clean and to the point just for the matches instead of being a little bit more blurry this week. This is my first time doing this, so, deal with it a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and get started as we have a room code. This is my first time doing any kind of PvP in Monster Sanctuary, so you'll have to forgive me for anything that I might goof up a little bit. First turn random, duplicate monsters, no, lava looks no. Alright, looks good to me. I am first turn. Dodo, Argyupi, Toad, Syncophantom, Spinner, Diavola. So Diavola, Spinner are their offensive mons here, with maybe Toad if they're opting into a more poison setup. I do see 5 potentially weak to fire mons, so we're gonna go with my standard lead here. I think I'm going to go turn 1, probably team play plus Forge, I'm thinking, and then we're probably going to open up on turn 2. That's a really slow setup here from my opponent. And then we're probably going to go Legion plus full offense plus attack on turn 2. Yeah, I think I like that. Since Griffinix is not historically tanky. Very interesting, not terribly offensive lead, unless this is like a kind of a threatening Argyupi, maybe? But Argyupi is usually on the more supportive end, although it is Dark Shift Argyupi instead of Late Shift. Okay, we are buffing onto the Argyupi. Maybe it is an offensive Argyupi, in which case you got me. And Dark Shrouding the Salahammer, which is actually completely fine by me because that is a support mon for me. So I think I'm going to Legion on this turn, and then full offense, and then I think I'm going to fire off with Griffinix here. I'm wondering if he thinks the Salahammer is actually my real carry, which is a little bit of a ruse here. Oh, God, Griffinix is overbuffed a little bit. Whoopsie. That's how you can tell that I'm not fully experienced with this, but hey, it is what it is. Like I said, I have not really done any kind of PvP in Monster Sanctuary before. I am a PvE enjoyer with this game, but jeez, okay. Well, I think he knows who my carry is now. As I delete the Toad. We clogged the frog, we loaded the Toad. Shout out to Tom Kench enjoyers. Well, I guess that would be Tom Kench haters, since usually it's unclog the frog and unload the Toad. Diavola is definitely scary here. Dark Shift, Bleed Out, clearly going to be an offensive Diavola. Feather Hurricane is a choice here. Not anything too terribly threatening. His Diavola isn't exactly ramped up here, so chances are I can actually just murder it. I do want to kill the Argiope because it's ramped up. Ooh, that's some spooky damage coming in on my my Griffinix in the back. I think we'll forge up here. I don't think double forging is going to help too much, but it's probably correct. And then I think I want this. I mean, Argiope is... I don't think Argiope is actually that threatening compared to Diavola. Because Diavola can hit weakness. Argiope cannot. So... I think Griffinix has a better time surviving against Argiope. Spinner, on the other hand, though, is just always terrifying. We have a Raklich in the back that can crank out some damage and potentially nuke somebody. I am up 2, which is a good place to be in the opening game. Salahammer is also really, really ramped up now. But unfortunately, I don't have a good way to get these 2 blind stacks off of Salahammer. And that's a problem. I would love if they weren't there. Okay, that killed my buffs. Probably going to want to spend some time rebuffing Griffinix here. But... oh, well, never mind. Oh, yeah, Phoenix Affinity. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, the bleeds were kind of killer there. I think this is an Raklich play. And I think we're going to try to set up a Raklich for success for the rest of it. We're just going to get that spinner out of here with a good old Ice Bolt from Raklich. Big old one-shot kill. I do want the Argiope out of here next. That pretty much removes any threat from the table and will probably force a concession from my opponent, removing any actual damage dealer from the team. It's unlikely that Dodo and Sycophantum can actually output enough damage to get kills at that point. Raklich being kind of my backup damage dealer in the comp. Both Salahammer and Asura with charge stacks can also kind of fulfill that role as well. Salahammer again with the 2 blind stacks, and I don't have a good way of removing them with this team. Not something I'm really looking forward to. I guess if the battle drags on like 5 more turns, maybe, but Asura can probably turn the corner here with Raklich being completely buffed up at this stage. So I do think we could Legion here. Raklich is missing Barrier. We could also just team play and leave up a Raklich Dark Shroud, which I think I like better. I think I'm gonna go Flurry for the buff steal. Do we Dark Shroud? I think we Dark Shroud here. Or do we Shadow Storm? Nah, we Dark Shroud. Ah, the Dodo. The Dodo taunt. I was really hoping that wouldn't happen. Getting the Tether and Blind on Archeope, even if I don't get the kill, at least disables the damage dealer for the most part. And pretty much gets me out of the fight. But unfortunately, my opponent has had some god tier taunting going on this battle, so yeah, it happens. Gotta play through taunts. Opponent's comps are going to be very heal and very charge focused, which I will be covering in the team breakdown video. There is a lot of overheal. There is a lot of charge stacking setup available for my opponent. A decent amount of like tether and blind support as well. So quite an annoying draft from my opponent. But one thing I will say is a pretty apparent weakness to fire, with I believe it's 6 months that are directly weak to fire, with an additional 3 that are weak to magic, but one of them is actually resistant to fire, so effectively 2. Alright, I do believe it's time to try to turn the corner a little bit here. See if we can't get some damage out. God damn, Dodo! Dodo is killing me here. That Dodo is absolutely ace at shutting down my damage dealer. I should be out of here by now, but it's not happening. I'm wondering if I should hard switch to Tanuki. Tanuki would give me the ability to start getting some of these debuffs under control, but the offensive pressure for my opponent is surprisingly low. Like, Heraclich is not exactly the sturdiest damage dealer in the universe, so I don't know. I feel like I just kind of hold my course for right now. I do think I'm going to just start tripling into the Archeope, unless the Dodo covers on the first shot, in which case I might, like, triple into it. I guess I could just triple into the Dodo right at... What's the Dodo's weakness? Water? I don't really... I guess I hit the Dodo fairly well on... I hit the Dodo fairly well with, I'm gonna triple into the Dodo, I think. I think it's time to go for the Dodo and try to get the Dodo out of here. 5 Flurry of Blows is higher combo. That doesn't even come close to killing. I mean, the Dodo is just gonna start Life Wave spamming though, and I'm probably losing. Well, no, I'm gonna get Phoenix Affinity this turn, so I can kill the Dodo next turn. Archeope's on full shield, which is annoying. I might have given my opponent the opportunity to stall me out, which might be a little unfortunate here. I don't know if I can get out of this. I am going to be running out of damage pretty quickly. My backups aren't exactly the best damage dealers. I actually should have hard swapped at some point here. And I actually think I will hard swap this turn. I've actually got kind of a crazy plan this turn, I think. Okay, we're going to get Phoenix Affinitied. We know that. I am going to hard swap... I'm going to hard swap Asura for Aramtail. I'm going to... Big Potion... And then I'm going to go for the Dark Shroud. We landed it on the damage dealer. Let's go. Okay. That should buy me the turn I need. And with Aramtail in, I think I can start to stabilize my Aracklich and then work on getting this Dodo out of here. If I can get the Dodo out of here, I think I stabilize and turn and win. I don't have much time to start to close this out. Otherwise, this is going to just be a colossal punt on my part. Because I had such a good lead after the first, like, 2 to 3 turns of the game. But that would be my inexperience with PvP Monster Sanctuary. But hey, what do you want? I've never done this before. I like my draft as an overall, but I definitely see some weaknesses with my draft when I was team building, so... And my opponent Dark Shrouds me back, and that got the kill. Oh no. Okay. Oh god. Well, I don't know what my goal is here. How do I work this down? I think I have a plan. Right. I gotta remember that Shield Burst still exists. I do. I always have a plan. I always have a plan because Shield Burst exists. Although these Dodo blocks are really killing me. So if I can get some charge stacks on Aramtail and fully charge up Aramtail's shield, I think I can let out a big fat shield burst and maybe get a kill. Perhaps maybe even like just blasting the Dodo out of nowhere. And then on the following turn, I could maybe just double up Asura and Salahammer to deal with the Argiope. Asura's my main damage dealer now. That Lava Rush looked like it had some promising damage potential on Argiope, so we're gonna need to rely on that. Although these stacks are looking awful for me. Okay, well, we got the shield. Oh, that is some fat shield burst damage already. Okay. Okay, alright. Promising. Let's go. I believe Shield Burst can't miss. So... We have a win condition still. This is definitely more of a grind than I was expecting to go on in game 1. Especially given my opponent's egregious weakness to fire. But... yeah, turns out I can't exploit the weakness to fire quite as much as I thought I could. At least not with this comp. Turns out if you want to be a burn comp, maybe you should have more than one source of multi-burn. And maybe you should have better burn applicators than, one Mon. Yeah, this is not really a burn team. This was an okay fire attacking team. I mean, Griffithix did just absolutely murder some people, but... yeah, not really an aggro burn team. In retrospect. Oh. And definitely just realized what my win condition was and kind of shut it down pretty hard. That's fine. I will just go on this win condition then. Ah, the damn dodo! So, if the Argiope cannot actually kill the Armtail, which it might not be able to, with Poison Eater, then I'll just keep shielding. I'll just sustain through this. Okay, the blinds are gonna be annoying. I'm not really sure where the constant reshields keep coming from, though. That's something I'm missing. Cause like this thing keeps getting so much shield back. Okay. Cannot be dodged, cannot crit. Can miss, though. Does this benefit from combo? I don't know. Jesus, the misses are killing me. God. So this might be a turn where they're going to go aggressively after my Armtail to break the shield down because they're afraid of Shield Burst. If not, I'm going to try to Shield Burst here. Especially with Argiope's shield low right now. But good lord. I still have Tanuki in the back, although I don't know what Tanuki is going to offer me right now. Yep, blind onto the Asura. Argiope still to go. I have no clue if Shield Burst benefits from combo. I guess I would assume it does, but I genuinely don't know. Because it's one of those weird attacks that is, like, weird on how it calcs its damage. Okay, that's Phoenix Affinity now. Alright, well, all in we go, I guess. This is our last chance, I think. How much is this? This is killing what... Alright, if this kills Dodo here, I think I just fire it at the Dodo. Or no, I fired at the Argiope, and if the Dodo blocks it, it dies. Oh, come on. Great. Love that. Absolutely love that. I love just 35% missed chances. Boy, howdy, RNG is fun. Oh boy. Yeah. That's slightly tilting. Well. Alright. So now we have a Tanuki. I don't know. I don't know if Tanuki's gonna help enough. Especially with the constant blind applicator, I just like the best I could do is just like replenish my shield and go again, but like you're just gonna attack Armtail every turn, right? So my game plan is to somehow kill the Archeope. I don't know that I have enough damage to do this. And apparently Cinco Phantom now is chunking. Okay, apparently Tanuki is a wet paper bag. Got it. Oh, we're at this stage. Oh. Yeah, I guess. So we Aurora Shield for combo and we YOLO? Yes! Alright! Let's go! That's a bit of a turn. Yeah, I guess we stalled out the fight long enough that, Salahammer accidentally deletes something? Which is, yeah, I mean, Salahammer is kind of meant to be a buffer shield. Oh, God, right. Yeah, Revive is a thing. I kind of wish Revive was not a thing in PvP. Like, it should be disabled in PvP. I think it's disingenuous to be part of the PvP experience. Especially, it should absolutely not give you a turn immediately. That is, like, extra stupid, in my opinion, but that's, like, that's game design level of decision, and not anything to do with, like, the PvP community's decisions. Because, like, we're just gonna repeat this song and dance for, like, 3 turns until my opponent's not allowed to revive his monster anymore. Or whatever the turn limit is, but it's very stupid. And it just makes no sense to me, and it's kind of just toxic and ridiculous. I mean, I guess I could theoretically do the same, right? Like, I could use a Phoenix item on one of my monsters to revive on a turn where I'm gonna blast the Archeope down. And it's just like, I don't know. Does anybody enjoy this gameplay loop? Because I don't. Because, like, I'm gonna do it again. Except I'm actually gonna do what I said, which is... Oh, that's cool. So if you don't actually skill it, you can't do it. That's really dumb. Especially because I'm pretty sure Armtail has, like, Wonder Potion. So wouldn't it make sense that I'm able to do the thing? Alright, whatever. We'll just continue this song and dance until we're moving on with our lives. God, this is boring. I think it's a limit of 3. Oh. I think it was 3. God, I hope it's not unlimited. Because I will literally, like, appeal to a fucking moderator for this. Apologies for the swear there. I should actually be trying to keep this moderately PG. I know when I stream, I believe I usually have my stream marked as 18+, but I should assume that there may be some under 18s that watch Monster Sanctuary content, so I know we're 31 minutes in, so it won't be too bad for the YouTube content, but I'll apologize for that. Shouldn't have done that. We'll Aurora Shield here, cleanse off a couple buffs. We didn't get a Dodo dodge. Please tell me we are out of revives. I don't think you're allowed to unlimited revive. Oh my god. I know in Infinity Arena you're only allowed 3. Is this actually a loop that you're just allowed to keep going? Because this is really, really stupid if you are. Cool. Wow. What a fun game. Alright, well, we're just gonna forfeit that. Nothing for a first PvP experience to make me not want to play PvP ever again than that. Alright, well, I'm salty. Obviously. That's gonna happen, especially with a game like that. Alright, let's pick a different team, because that team is not good. I think I want my Congeal team here. Do I want to go first or second? If I go first, I'm probably popping shield plus deep freeze on their biggest damage dealer, or no, I'm popping shield plus shadow shadow storm. Alright, so private game host, first turn, host starts. Okay, I guess they'll get it. Yeah, definitely mad about that because that's like that revive spamming nonsense was just very lame. Alright. Start. Yeah, so we're definitely gonna lead. So they are on the same team. Which now we know that the Argiope is a problem. And we know the Cinco Phantom is a reviver, so we're probably going to want to get rid of the Cinco Phantom late game. We are going to go Shield on 1. And we are going to go with Shadow Storm. Yeah, my opponent also has a lot of channeling set up too, so also very annoying to deal with. Aurora Shield, replenish. Okay, so I'm probably gonna go for Aurora Shield, Shadow Storm, and then I think we're gonna go with a freeze on Dodo. I want to get the Dodo out of here probably as soon as possible. It looks like Dodo has Restoring 1. I don't think the Frog did. I'll have to keep watch on the Frog here. I think the Frog might have had a Hexing. I think it's Hexing. So I think I was getting random debuffs from the Frog. Either way, I don't think I saw random debuffs getting cleansed from the Frog. No. Okay, so yeah, we want the Dodo gone first. So I might actually have Armtail Shield Burst the Dodo here. Oh my god, that Shield Burst does nothing! Oh yeah, this team is a little grindier, so yeah. Yeah, let's just not do that then. We'll go with that. And then let's drop a hammer? That doesn't even look like that good of an idea. Do I poison the Dodo? Dodo's at 3, chill. Do I Ice Bolt it? Ice Bolt doesn't really do that much damage. Trying to congeal down this Dodo. The Argiope has so much mana, though. I'm trying to keep the Dodo under control. And now start working on keeping the other two under control. Mass Antidote. And it did not hit any chill off of the Dodo. Perfect. My Congeal comp loves that. Absolutely loves that. We are sitting comfy. Absolutely comfy. This is going to be a battle of attrition for sure. Like this battle is going to go really, really long. As Congeal tends to do. But that's what I signed up for with this comp, so... we will shield, get some cleanse. I think I could deep freeze the... Actually, if I'm gonna deep freeze, I do this. Oh, nice. We even got an extra hit on the dodo. Trying to bleed out that dodo here. But it's a bit of a struggle. Dodo is a thick bird. And it's got the mana for a heal now, which might just put it back to full health. I'm not even sure that this is like a winning game plan, honestly. Swap out the Diavola. Interesting. Okay, well that's a threat that I need to deal with. Hard swap the Diavola is certainly interesting. Okay. I mean, I could chunk it a little bit, but I don't think that's worth it. I think I just want to shield up, get some debuffs off of me. And let's get that Diavola blinded. I'm not sure what this Diavola is planning on doing, but I don't like it. Interesting. Okay. This is an experience, I guess. Huh. Alright. I don't know if I have a solution for this, if that restoring shield is doing stuff. Huh. I've got my own restoring shield. Okay, so he's... That toad is way more aggressive than I thought it was. Oh, okay, I did not realize restoring shield was single target. That's a goof on my part. That's pretty bad. Whoops. I thought that was AoE, and it just removed random debuffs from the team. I should pay more attention and not click buttons so fast. Also, how to know that I've never used an ice blob in my life, pretty much. Alright, well, mild punt. Yeah, all the... Where is the shield coming from? I guess it... Is Frog overheal? Frog might be overheal. And then they all just have like life steal or something. Hoi hoi hoi. Well, certainly not a great fight so far. Alright, let's do that the right way this time. Huh. I guess I hit the frog with this so that I can congeal it harder. And we're already at infinity. Cool. That's probably not good for me. And I don't know how I beat Restoring Shield. I probably need to not have my congeal team. Alright, so my congeal team just doesn't work. Cool. I thought I would beat the healing spam with congeal plus severe wound, but apparently that's just not the case. That's just not the case because Diavola just randomly has Restoring Shield. And now aging plus... Yeah, aging plus, aging plus this is gonna store up and just kind of kill me. Yep. That's pretty bad. I don't think I can actually get out of this. Somehow I don't believe my opponent was telling the truth when they said they were new to competitive, but hey. Yeah, boy. Alright, I don't know what to do for game 3. I really would like to not get 3-0'd, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I mean, my first team looked the best for beating my opponent, but then I completely punted the end game. I don't think I can go back to that team, because I think my opponent knows exactly what's gonna happen with that team if I go back to it, so... I don't think I can just, like, show up and do what I did in game 1. Because they're gonna know what the damage dealers are. Oh, yeah, this is bad. I mean, nothing is working here. Yeah, let's just go to game 3. Alright, so I have 2 other teams. And I'm not sure which is better between pure aging I think the aging team is probably better. I think the aging team has higher potential. Yeah. And given how long the games have been going, I think the aging team has a better chance. This is honestly been, I mean, not to be negative, but this has been a miserable first experience. Boy, oh boy. Usually my first forays... oh, whoops. Misclick that. Okay, there we go. Same team, okay. Alright. So I'm gonna go enchantment on one, and I think protect, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, usually my first foray into, like, doing a tournament of, like, anything is usually a little bit better. But this has felt like I'm completely out of place. But I guess it's like that sometimes. But hey. Alright. Let's try to boogie. I want that spinner dead. Why does he have a 32% chance to dodge against... Does he have spell shield? Oh yeah, he has spell shield, okay. I forget whether I have first hit dodge. No, I don't. Cool. Should have just killed the frog. God damn it. The dodge buffs are really annoying. Like, surprisingly annoying. They maybe stuck up to a numerical value that's a little bit too high. Like, did we not learn anything from Pokemon where people don't want to click 90% accurate moves? We maybe shouldn't be able to buff ourselves up to values that make moves 65% accurate. That doesn't, you know, make for good, interesting gameplay in, like, any way at all. And there's only so many can't be dodged options in the game. Alright, well, I can either unload on the toad, or I can try to kill the actual threat, which is the spinner. I think I have to go for the spinner. Okay, we got him. Thank God. I actually needed 2 hits there, so if he got 2 dodges, I'm basically dead because I think I lose my Elder Gel on the next turn. I expect the Evola to come out. This team has 3 damage dealers, or 4 damage dealers actually. So it's a little bit better situated to kill things. Yeah, Diavola, okay. Something my other team was kind of lacking was enough people that could put out damage. And that's something I'm going to be a little bit more cognizant of in future rounds of the draft. I think I didn't have enough DPS options in some of my teams. The other team that I haven't played yet has pretty good damage options too. The Steavola is scary, and I have a feeling my Elder Gel might be dead here. Although I think it has Phoenix Affinity, if I remember right. I'm terrible at having everything memorized in this, especially with a lot of the mons that I haven't used extensively. Okay. That was surprisingly docile. That gravity wave is not lethal yet. That fireball is almost lethal. The problem now, though, is that... Whirlpool should kill. Nope, not quite. Jeez. God, Dodo is such a good healer. I wanted the Dodo. Unfortunately, that round my opponent was on first pick for that draft and got the Dodo. Otherwise, I would have taken it. I forget what else I got. But Dodo was on my list of mons to get that round. The nice thing with Elder Gel is that if you don't kill it, it recovers fairly well. Holy crap. Jesus. Okay. That's becoming a bit of a problem. And now the Dodo! Get down, Mr. Presidents! Damn it! Not the whole entire battle until I finally decide to kill the frog. And now the Dodo decides to get down, Mr. President. Damn it! Oh well. Pretty sure my Elder Gel will get Phoenix Affinity this turn, unless my opponent can pop it on their turn, in which case I'll lose my Elder Gel. But more than likely I'll lose Phoenix Affinity to the bleed proc, which is fine if that's what happens. Oh my god, I didn't lose it to the bleed proc. Holy crap. Wow. That is actually huge. Because that means I get another turn of build. And the age is building. The age is simmering. And we are starting to get to the point where we're going to just take names. And things are just gonna die. And I like that. That's the business I'm in. And as always, we have a Vertrag. That Vertrag has a bunch of age stacks. That Vertrag has a bunch of charge stacks. And that Vertrag has gravity. Meaning eventually I'm going to click the button and probably all 3 of my opponent's mons are going to die. Because that's generally how gravity Vertrag works. Eventually, you click the button and everybody dies. Similar to Lance Archer's theme song, if you're familiar with professional wrestling. Oh, that's so close. I mean, that's not worth it. I don't have any debuffs on me. I think I just take the guaranteed kill by throwing like a 5-hitter. Get it out of here. The fact that I have not lost Phoenix Affinity on Elder Gel yet to a bleed out is like ludicrous to me. Also, I'm killing that Sycophantum on sight so that we don't get into the revive game again. Like, I'm not even asking questions. I'm blowing that thing up this turn. I'm not losing this game like I lost game 1. Unless I can click gravity and just kill the whole team. Which is probably unlikely with a tether stack and 2 weakness stacks. Little unfortunate. Oh, we're going into infinity now, okay. Oh, okay. I'm losing my Elder Gel completely. So that's an interesting position. I think I Meteorite Shower here. Just because I want as much shielding as possible for this turn. And then I think I try to turn and burn next turn and get like 2 KOs. Dodo's probably gonna Life Wave, full heal. Okay, yeah, well, I mean, Dodo doesn't really have a lot to do. Besides, like, healer support, Dodo doesn't have that much offensive pressure. And then Diabola's gonna attack something and probably not get a kill, but just get some bleed stacks. Probably Solar Burst here. Yeah. Okay. Gravity... okay, it's that time. It's that time. We're gonna go for it. I think we gravity now to try to follow up with the... Yep, okay. We just get the triple kill. And that is why Vertrag. The Overtrag triple. I will be right back. I'm gonna go grab my pizza as my opponent sets up the next lobby. That was certainly a game. I definitely think the aging comp has the most potential out of my teams so far. It exploits his weaknesses the best, I think, along with having the best win conditions overall. The other team I have is like an occult mage strategy. It is probably a little bit more hyper offensive. It is like a hybrid aging occult mage. It doesn't have the Mega Rock. It might actually be better, though. But the Mega Rock did work that game. So I think I'm going to stick with this. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This might be my best chance at swinging the match back. God, why do I keep doing that? I keep expecting it to be like, opponent found, click OK. Instead of like, opponent found, wait like 5 seconds. Alright, so my opponent has not swapped their team at all. I don't think I'm going to switch my team at all either. I'm just going to put them in a better order. Alright, so game plan is going to be largely the same. My opponent led a bit more offensively here, with Argiope and Diavola out early. So we're going to probably be trying to get the damage out a little bit faster this time. I do see some Spell Shrouds up already. I see 2 Spell Shrouds up. But I don't see any dodge. So I think... let's get the Diavola out of... the Dodo! I could burn down the Argio... well, no, I think we go for the Diavola. Yeah, okay, we got the Diavola out of here immediately. That's a huge win on turn 1. Get the Diavola out of here. One of the biggest threats is gone. One of the bleed out users. And one of the highest damage outputs is out. One of the biggest threats is out. So, good lead, in my opinion. But now we have Spinner and Argiope, which is an annoying tether blind combo. That will be a bit obnoxious to work through. However, Spinner is historically made of wet paper bag, and I will look to exploit that as much as humanly possible. Ow! Rude. Jesus, that hurt. Okay. Alright, what is the game plan here? We need to get this guy out of here before he causes too many problems. I think it's Whirlpool. And just hope for luck. Or get dodoed. My opponent correctly identifying to go after Vertrag a little more aggressively here, not letting me set up quite as much. Letting my DPS fully get stacked up in the back, though, which is a bit more beneficial to me. Also, what the heck is going on with my Mega Rock? Mega Rock, why do you have sorcery stacks and not might? You have the skill that makes it so that you get might instead of sorcery. What? I'm very confused. I don't think he had sorcery last game. I'm very confused. Alright, well, this is a bit annoying. I think I want to get the dodo out of here. Spinner is annoying, but dodo as a heal battery, meaning that my damage can basically never stick, is a bit more frustrating to deal with. Also, we know the Toad's a little bit more offensive than we thought, so... So this is a unshifted offensive Asura, as opposed to the other team that had a supportive Asura. So this one's going to look to be a little bit more punchy next turn. Jesus. Or not. Yeah, okay. Alright, we need to kill this guy. Enough with the nonsense. Let's get him out of here. What are you weak to? Are you weak? You're weak to magic. Okay. Get out of here. Enough of this nonsense. Hiya. Okay. I think that's Light Shift Tanuki in the back. Granted, Light Shift Tanuki probably should be out now with a Racklich as a cleanup, but I kind of want to just like try to slam the door shut ASAP. Especially with Especially with Vertride gone, I don't have the gravity click I win button in play anymore. I have 2 Phoenix Affinities live at the moment. I still have a Protect up on Elder Gel, meaning the first single target attack that goes in the Elder Gel is going to get tanked by Golem or Mega Rock. Golem, same thing. I need to get rid of Syncophantom first, unfortunately. That is just the sad reality of the world we live in. Because, as we know, he is going to spam Revive. And we don't want that. What are you? You're weak to fire, right? Yeah. 35% chance of missing is not particularly good, so I think we have to take like a setup turn. We got a bunch of shield in play, so I think I'm okay trying to take like a 2-turn kill on Syncophantom. That gives Fire Pillar time to come back up so I can just nuke it down. I think Elder Gel is... Yeah, 4 sorcery is fine. I think we can try to turn the corner this turn. Get the Syncophantom out of here. This is a stressful match. Notably, my opponent has used the same 6 mons in every single game. Alright. I'm wondering if I should Dark Shroud this frog. I think I will. Ah, the frog. Frog decided to tank it. I mean, this isn't gonna really kill no matter what I do, so... Just keep myself cleansed for right now. Age stacks are gonna keep building. So we're grinding on slowly. I don't mind losing Aracklich here, because the real damage dealers are the age stackers that are in the back. And all 3 mons that are in play right now are weak to fire, so... That's honestly fine. I still have my exit strategy to get out of this battle. And that's kind of big, because that tanked some extra tether that could end up on Elder Gel. Also, I think Elder Gel does a bit more damage than Mega Rock currently. And I think Fire Pillar comes up this turn. Oh, and we're still alive. That's kind of big. That's kind of huge, actually. Oh, but it's not nearly enough to kill, though. Jesus. Wow. And now he's just gonna heal it off, most likely. My god. That was not even remotely close to as much damage as I wanted that to be. I have the follow-up Meteorite Swarm next turn? Or Meteorite Shower? So depending on how healed we get, I might be able to get the Sycophantome off the board this turn. Age is still stacking. We might be okay. I don't remember whether I got Phoenix Affinity yet or not on Aracalich. Still haven't, even if I did. Yeesh. I don't know who's causing the cleanses. I don't know whether it's Argiope or whether it's Sycophantome. I assume this is Poison Eater coming out. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we want maximum combo here. But I still want to get as much damage as possible, so I think it's Whirlpool. This is barely not gonna kill. Nope. God. Yep, full heal. We are in Infinity. I think I have to get Sycophantome down because of the revive issue. The problem is that we have Tanuki, who we know is a historical wet paper bag from the last time. Also, not sure where Tanuki randomly got poisoned. Which is relevant because of Poison Eater. Like, where did you get poisoned from, dude? Ay, ay, ay. Okay, alright, we're fine. I really want to get something off of the battlefield here. I almost feel like I need Meteorite Shower this turn, though. Okay, the frog blocked. That's really bad. I think I have to do this now. All that did was just remove a bunch of shield. That doesn't really help me win. No way to get rid of these stacks is awful for me. Just so much tether buildup. Good lord, tether is so obnoxious. I just don't do damage. Or I don't do the damage I'm supposed to do because I have 11 and 17 tether stacks on me. Oi. It's gonna be such a slog to try to get out of here. And also no way to... Oh, God. The stupid high roll cleanse there. My God. What was that? 4 or 5 buffs I think just got cleansed? Wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's probably it. I have to go for a revive here, even though it's not going to be that good. Try to get into another turn, but I don't think it's gonna matter enough. I don't think the Tanuki can take a AoE at this point. I'll hit him back with a little bit more of his own revive nonsense, I guess. I have it too. I genuinely thought PvP had a limit of 3 revives, but I guess PvP doesn't. I don't think I have an exit strategy, though. And I'm reviving a support mon instead of a damage dealer, so it's not really getting better for me. And if I lose my Mega Rock, he loses all of his age stacks, so I'm just actually out of the battle. But I had to revive my Tanuki here. Although, if Tanuki gets a chance to start to set back up, we might have a chance. I'm not really... Okay, we're at that stage already, I see. God, what? Oh, it's so tanky. Okay, I see. I see. Okay. Alright, well, this is gonna force my opponent into a revive. However, the Argiope is going to come back with no buffs, which gives me a window to try to recover myself back and set up. And then start to work through the frog. If I can keep them down without their buffs up, I can swing the battle back around. And so next I'm going to try to knock the frog out, get the frog's buffs off. That's really bad, because I don't have another revive. Oh. God, I didn't think that was going to do that much damage. Yeah, and I had the meteorite shower ready to go too. Well, that's a problem. That's a really big problem. Oh my god. And the dodges are enough to keep it alive? Come on. The dodge luck was obscene. The taunts were obscene in some of the games. Like, holy crap. Some of the RNG in PvP is maybe something I'm not terribly fond of. Also, that was another quadruple cleanse. So, yeah, I don't know. Part of it's probably salt. Part of it is definitely just like, I don't know. Cool, another really critical taunt turn. Yay. I'm gonna definitely try to draft a better setup next time. Definitely some issues in my draft for sure. I don't know that the other team would have fared much better in this battle than this one did. Clearly my opponent played much better this game than the previous one. They identified getting Vertreg off the battlefield early, which was a big swing compared to the last game where they let Vertreg sit and kind of sustain my team through until the moment when I was able to click Gravity and get the triple kill, which was... I don't think I needed the Gravity triple kill to win Game 3. It just expedited it. I think I was going to win that game regardless, but it sped it up. But yeah, definitely adapted. Played a lot more aggressively in Game 4 there. But yeah, I definitely could have probably drafted better. I don't know. I don't remember the exact draft, but I think looking back on my draft, I definitely could have drafted better for sure. I realized in team building, and I'll bring this up when I make my team building video. Not as much buffing as I actually thought I had. And that's where I overlooked a little bit, for sure. So something I'll keep a little bit more attention to next time. But definitely a bit like not ready for the amount of RNG that apparently is just going to be a thing in PvP in this game. And yeah, I guess that's just part of the experience. That it's a design choice, I guess. I don't know. That's rants for another video. Maybe after the season is over, I'll do a retrospective on how I feel about PvP when I get to that. What I like about it, what I don't like about it, as somebody who has played competitive Pokemon and plenty of other competitive games. Although I guess Pokemon would probably be the closest analogy to this game, I suppose. But yeah, so definitely some grindy games between these two teams, or I guess my 3 teams and their 1 team. Good games, NecroMage. You definitely drafted much better than me. I don't know if I believe you with your you're a newer competitive player, because that did not feel like it. That felt like you stomped the ever-loving crap out of me. But yeah, I'll be back next week. Obviously, this is getting recorded before the team build video, which I'll have both out later this week, and they'll come out together basically, and then next week we'll have them released a little bit more logical. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Again, sorry for the kind of opening like rash, not really being aware of what I'm getting myself into, because I really am not. Like I said, this is my first foray into PvP in this game, and I clearly was not aware of what I was getting myself into. I love the heck out of this game. And yeah, I just was not prepared for what PvP is in Monster Sanctuary. So, you know, it's going to be a learning experience for me. And hopefully as we go through the rounds of the grid draft, I will improve, and hopefully, you know, the comments in the video will enlighten me to mistakes I made and maybe some things I could do better. So, you know, comment down below if you do have any feedback for me, and any ways that I can improve. And I thank you immensely if you do give me any feedback, or, hit me up in the PvP Discord as well. And, I'll be around there listening to people's advice as well. So, thank you for any feedback that does come. And for right now, this has been Azure Ravenheart. This is round 1 of the Grid Draft Tournament. Unfortunate loss to start off the tournament. At least we got one game, made it a 3-1 instead of a 3-0. But, we'll try to do better next week, and I will see you on the next one.